Are we ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome to the Art of Girl Talk.
It's your kickback with your girls. Babe, what you think about Saturday morning clean, Friday night glass of wine listen?
Warning, this is not a self-help podcast.
Baby, we do not have the answers. And we are back.
Are we?
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Guess who's back?
Okay, every song that has back in it.
Yeah.
Baby got back.
Baby do got back.
I like my beat down low, down low, down low, down low, down low.
Where does that have back in it?
Down low. I like my top lid back.
Oh, okay.
Lid back, lid
What?
back, lid back, lid back. Hey, holla if you like your beat. That's when the beat drop. Yeah. Y'all some haters.
Nope.
Anyway.
It was cute. But we are back.
That's my shit.
But we are back.
That's my shit.
Of course it is. With another amazing episode. I feel like I'm ready for this season. It's going to be really good. What is it called? Polynesian?
Season?
That's a season. I mean, this episode. What is this episode?
This episode
called?
is Poly Sauce.
Okay, period. Chick-fil-A.
Poly Sauce.
Yes.
Y'all like Pila?
I do like Polynesian.
Okay,
but
yes, that's
I
what I was
prefer
gonna say.
Chick-fil-A sauce sometimes, but that's just me.
I love Chick-fil-A sauce.
Yeah,
me.
I'm a
a
buffalo
Sriracha girl.
sauce.
Oh, okay. It's getting spicy on this side, which brings us to this episode, so I'm excited. But before we get into let's actually get into our guest right now. We do have a special guest, and of course, she's from the D.C. area, and I've known her for a very, very, very long time. I think we all have at this point. And she was the best promoter in D.C., so if you did Ultra Bar, she definitely got you in the club and got you messed up, but I will keep that to myself and turn it over to Quetta.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Quetta Camille.
What you do, Quee?
Okay, so I am a bartending esthetician.
Hey,
We love that.
SD. Okay.
Yes, so getting the skin
besties.
right. Yeah.
SD Besties is so cute. Oh my goodness. Okay, so yes, today we're going to talk all things poly and get into some other topics. But first, we're going to start with our lovely wine, and I'm going to let Lex tell us what she got us today.
All right, y'all.
So,
We got Jam Jar,
Per
Sweet Shiraz. Did I say that correctly?
Ross.
Okay. 2023. Raz Clot.
that's your ass.
Okay, so let me read this. Jam Jar. Packed with juicy berry flavors and hints of dark chocolate, Jam Jar makes a versatile partner for everything from cheeseburgers to chocolate pudding. Best served slightly chilled. It offers luscious, fruity goodness in every sip.
Did they really say cheese?
They say cheeseburgers on this joint.
Oh my
And we got a
goodness.
12.5%. I got 2 bottles, so let's get into this.
Oh, it's going to be good. Okay, let's
So
cheers.
Shiraz is actually my favorite. So.
Hey.
Cheers.
Clink, clink.
Polynesian.
Got that your ass.
Now I was about to top it like it was a shot. Did you see me?
It's time to turn up. All right, we there. But okay, because we are back with the season 2. Season 1, we talked about a lot of different things, but one of those things was our girl going to Ghana. So we need to tap into that real quick, which is actually perfect for this episode, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, the distance, it can go into a lot of things.
Yeah, I don't know about Polly, but
If that's not what y'all into, but we don't know what y'all into if y'all 8,000 miles away. Questions could be asked,
okay. I'll just leave that there for now. But Ghana was amazing. I knew that I would get a lifetime experience, like no other, but I got so much more than I bargained for.
Well, from the trip or from the man?
From both.
Okay.
So let's start with the trip overall. So I was able to do a lot of sightseeing. I went to the slave dungeons. We did a naming ceremony. So my Ghanaian name is Afia Poma, which means that I am a builder of legacies.
Period.
So that was an ancestral name given to me by the Nana of the Akan tribe in the Cape Coast region. Whew. I get a little overwhelmed talking about it.
You about to cry?
No, I'm not about to cry.
Okay.
I could though.
wondering.
Oh.
I could cry. I did so much. I experienced food, fun, vibes. The Ghanaian people are amazing. To be surrounded by melanin and be preferred, it's a feeling that I can't explain in words. It's just something like I gotta reach my hand out and say, come with me.
Yeah.
Okay. Lex is asking everybody to come with her to Ghana. Go in them DMs.
To Ghana.
Yes, let's talk Ghana. Shit.
Okay. You did that. Now the people want to know.
The man.
Yes.
The man. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's amazing. I'm in love with that man.
He from over there?
He lives in Ghana, yeah.
Maybe you gotta
born
give a
and
little
raised.
backstory for our new listeners. So y'all met.
Yeah, so I'm a massage therapist. So just give y'all a reminder, and a master Esty.
Okay.
So we gotta talk for sure.
Hashtag Esty Bestie.
So yeah, I saw a post online and he was massaging with a spa. I saw him, I saw a bunch of other people, but I just saw him. I was like, oh my God.
Love that person.
Yeah, I said something thirsty in the comments. And then he saw it and he responded. It was cute. And we started following each other, and then we started talking in the DM. And 1 year later, I went down to visit him, and that was my trip to Ghana.
Run it back. So you said you're in love?
Yeah.
Or you love that man. Because
Yeah.
I think she said she loved that man, but then
I
you
thought
also
she said I'm in love with him.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang. Oh, wow.
I did say that. This is not season 1. This is season 2.
Because in season 1, you ain't want nobody. You wasn't doing that. But season 2, you in love.
But I ended it with I'm open to meeting somebody. That was on the very last episode. I said that I think I'm ready. I'm ready to do something exclusive.
Okay. So are y'all exclusive?
We technically are not exclusive just because of the distance. I'm like, listen,
That's how it starts.
If you meet somebody or
That's where I was going with that. But nobody
right,
listened.
Because it's giving Polly sauce.
Nobody listened to
Very
me.
Polly sauce.
But I just didn't want the burden of titles and all of that. This is already new to me. I never would have signed up for a long distance relationship, but we are just going
Bucket
with
list.
it. We're going with it.
Bucket list.
And I feel good about it. I feel so good about it.
Good.
That's all that matters.
All right. Well, she not off the map, y'all, yet.
Hold up.
But, I mean, that's what they want to hear,
Who?
The listeners.
Oh.
Dang. That's crazy.
I thought you were saying the guys.
Yeah, those are the listeners.
Oh, the guys listeners. Okay.
I'm just saying they're probably listening to know, like, is now, like,
Yeah.
I'm
Do I
not,
still
I'm
have
She
to
not
gets
get
scooped
actively,
up, yeah.
I'm not
You get
actively dating though.
she not looking for y'all. Okay, we got it.
But you're not. Okay.
I mean, I can do what I want, but
Period.
When you pop
if you ain't sweeping me off my feet, like, whatever, then
Yeah.
I don't know. You're not even gonna get my attention.
hashtag
My-
plug. That was a plug. To
But-
come correct.
No, I'm good where I'm at though.
All right, shout out to Ghana. Now we going back to Chick-fil-A. Okay. We are ready. Riah, let's do this. Let's get in there.
What is poly?
Yeah.
What is that? What is that? What do y'all think it is?
I think it could be a lot of different things.
There
But-
are definitely different types
versions?
of different versions
Okay.
of being in a poly relationship. You have polygamy, polyamorous.
Wait, whoa.
Yeah. Take us back.
So
break it
there's
down.
a difference. So you can be in a relationship where the man just has multiple wives or women. You can be in a relationship where the woman, it's reversed, and the woman has multiple men. You can be in one where you are with the man and the other women, like y'all are all collectively like interacting with each other sexually, romantically, all those things. So there are different ways. It all just depends on the person that you're with and what y'all agree on.
Right.
For
So
y'all
it's one of them,
situation.
you set the rules, like it's whatever we say it is type.
Yep.
Nice. Okay.
Is it a specific label for people, or is it normal for like the man and the woman to be doing their thing? Like to have several people? Is
I
that
think-
considered poly, or is that something else?
I think now it's just becoming a thing where women are being the ones in control, where they are having multiple men. There's this show on TLC, Seeking Brother Husband.
Oh wow! I might need to. I might need to look at that show. I feel like that's what my future.
You want a brother husband?
Yeah, I want a cousin husband. You didn't catch it?
Oh, I caught it.
Yeah.
Wait.
I'm going on that episode.
There's this one lady.
I'm still.
I can't remember her name, but there's this one lady who stands out because she's the only black woman on the show.
Oh.
And she has 3 husbands now. And they all live in one house.
Oh no.
And she has like the main bedroom. And when she's like done with one moves into the bedroom and the other one moves out of the bedroom.
Oh, they rotate.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing. They must have been on your your
That was amazing.
see favorite. But no, that's interesting that they do the rotation thing.
Yeah.
So why you say? What'd you say?
Yeah, when
I'm
you
just-
wanted 2 men in general.
Yeah, but I mean,
Oh,
for
this
me,
season 2.
I'm able to separate like
now.
the sex and when it comes to my heart, I can't have that in too many places. That only
If
can
a
be
question
in one
of my
place.
love.
So, I mean, shit, I can't do
got
2 things at one time. What the hell?
That's true.
Now.
No, that is true.
Yeah, y'all know. Y'all right. Y'all know that.
But you can do 2 things
Yeah,
at
I
one
can do
time.
2
Or
men.
she
I can do-
thinks that she can.
I could do.
You don't know.
She
that.
never had it.
You
yet.
don't know.
She
that.
didn't have it.
I mean, and
Assumptions.
but if I said
Theoretically.
hypothetically,
of course.
okay. All right, life, shit.
Literally hit you fast. Okay. So you
No, but
cannot split your heart.
No, I can't split my heart. And
But you're willing to be polysexual.
Ooh.
I mean, yeah, if we just fucking.
Is that a thing? Polysexual?
You
That's-
actually just. I need to put that in my vocabulary.
How about
I never even heard anybody say that.
That's a new one, Webster.
You know,
Okay.
it's not a relationship, but like I'm
Educate her.
polysexual. Like
So that
Well, I'm not.
That's basically
Someone-
just that sounds like an open relationship
To me-
because an open relationship. There's a difference between being in a poly relationship and then being in an open relationship.
okay.
Oh.
So that's what I was describing, right? Like y'all both just doing y'all thing.
Yeah, so that's more of an open relationship, but you still have guidelines and boundaries that you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
that you two agree on. So when you're in an open relationship, you're not supposed to, well, this is how I see it, but everybody has their own vision of it. I have my person that I'm with, but I can date outside of you, but I'm not getting in anything romantic with them.
Like it's not becoming a serious.
Yeah, it's not becoming anything serious. Whereas on the poly side, it's meant to be a union, one way or another. Like that's the ultimate goal, is for us all to be a union, whether the girls are sleeping together or not. So
Okay, so that's interesting. So what is it if it's one-sided and they have the girlfriends, but then they have people that they're not like saying are their girlfriends, like they're also still dating outside of the girlfriends? Because they're not a part of the union. Like the union are like the girlfriends, but
Right.
then there are some people who date outside, like they still date
And be dating.
people. Yeah.
okay, so interesting. In my relationship,
That shit ain't going down. So no, I'm just
Well, you got to give us
So-
some background too.
yeah.
okay, so me and my person, we've known each other for a good 15 years. When we first started dealing with each other, that was one of our first conversations that we had. We knew that we both wanted to be with somebody and have a third person. So that's how our interests started with each other. We did it before a few years ago. It was just, I think I was invited into his relationship with somebody that he was with. We hung out, threesome here and there.
Here and there.
That's not the joke. That's not the joke. The here and there is not the joke. But that was a good plug. That was a good one.
So later down the line, we ended up together. We're together now. We'll be celebrating 2 years in August.
Congrats.
And our relationship started out long distance. He's in Atlanta. He was in Atlanta. I was here. I was traveling. Atlanta's it's a Uber ride on the plane. So
Basically.
I was going out there. He was coming out here. But we were open at that point because of the distance. We are similar in a lot of ways. I have needs. He has needs. He's that guy. I'm that girl. So it's like... So, I went out with other guys and things like that, had fun with them, but I wasn't sexually active with them. He a man. So he had women that he was with sexually, but it was always a discussion. There was never a time I didn't know what was going on. It would be before it happened. Like, it could literally be about to go down, and he'll call me and be like, "Babe, I'm drunk, but it's a possibility that it's going to go down. I just wanted to call and let you know. You cool?"
Was he like that when he met you? Was he like that with the girl that he was with too?
That, I don't know what they had going on. The girl before me, I don't know what they had going on. But with me, that's how it was. And it made me feel good that he
Felt
was
like he
open
had that,
enough and honest enough, you know what I'm saying, to actually call me. Because how many men are doing that?
None.
Like,
obviously one.
Even in poly situations. Nobody's about to, in the middle of, before they about to hit a joint, let me call my girl real quick and make sure it's okay. Like,
Right.
My heart.
Is it shattering?
Or is your heart like, ooh, I like that?
I know. What is it
I'm
doing?
just like, oh my God, I'm visual, so like,
Imagine you being in the bed. Yeah, imagine you being in the bed and the nigga like, "Oh, let me call my girl." I'm like, "Nigga, just go."
I don't know if he was in the bed,
No,
but
I'm just saying.
I would hope not.
I ain't got a goddamn thing going on, and he called me like he about to get some ass, and I'm just like.
I mean, but it's
I don't know.
the game you play. It's the
And
game
then
you play.
sometimes it would have been before he even got out, because I know for me, I know if I'm gonna have sex.
I mean, we know
before it happens.
About to hit that.
I mean, not all the time.
Not all the time.
I know.
I mean, when you going out and the anticipation is you looking.
When it's a possibility.
Yeah.
When it's like a
that's where I'm going with that.
You definitely know when it's like a hell yes or hell no.
Right.
Right.
So he would know. He'll be like, depending on what the vibes is, it may happen. So
Okay.
I'm like, okay, cool, have fun, be
He
safe.
spotted something.
In the beginning, my thing was just don't do them like you do me. Like,
Oh.
See, but you can't trust that because that shit is fun. That shit is exciting.
but
Wait, you said just don't do them how you
Like
do
sexually, right? Give them all that.
we got a whole lore. We do a lot.
like, don't spit in her mouth.
Okay.
But wait, why
okay.
not? Don't fuck her in the butt. Don't.
Oh.
Because for me, it's just like the way, and I know that regardless, it will never be the same because we have a connection mentally. So our sex is just always going to be what it's going to be between us two.
Right.
But it was a joke in the beginning. Like, I don't say that now, but in the beginning, I'd be like, oh, don't,
Yeah.
Now it's just whatever.
Oh, okay. So do you feel, because you've had regular relationships, obviously, you've been in them before. Do you feel like the communication is higher and a more prioritized in this type of
Most
relationship?
definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Why? Not
No,
why
no.
do you feel like that, but like,
yeah, I'm
almost
curious,
like
too.
why? Just why?
I guess men aren't afraid because they know, like,
Yeah. I mean, but with my boyfriend, like, he's always just been a open and honest person anyway.
even before y'all established
Before
this
that.
dynamic.
So that it just made it better for us because we've always been able to openly communicate with each other before we even got into a relationship.
And y'all don't know Quetta, but that's probably the best thing for her because she's a little crazy. She's a little crazy. But I would imagine, like, if you don't know what's going on, and not you as a person,
Right.
but like if you're in this and you still don't feel safe, that's a problem.
Yeah, there's a lot of communication that we have weekly check-ins to make sure that we're both still on the same page. There are a lot of tough conversations, especially with other women being involved and, you know, him loving and being in love with other women. And then, you know, now it's time to bring us all together, and it's just a bunch of different personalities, you know, age differences and things like that. So it's a lot of communication, a lot of uncomfortable conversations, but they're necessary.
Yeah.
And I always feel better after the uncomfortable conversations.
So are y'all like currently with somebody else?
He is.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So in our relationship, he has 2 girlfriends,
Including you, or you and somebody else?
me and somebody else.
Okay.
Well, actually, there is a 3rd one now. But yeah.
And are
And
you?
like I
with
said,
him?
I'll go out with other guys, but I'm not. It's no spending the night with you. I'm not sleeping with you, and they all know what it is.
Is that
Upfront.
preference or is that part of the boundary?
It's just preference for me. I've just always been the type of girl. If I'm with one man, I'm with one man. Like,
Period. That's been me too, girl.
so
Let me drink my Shiraz.
I've been in situations where I've gotten drunk and I've been horny, and I wanted to because he was so far away, and I get there and I be thinking about my man. Like, for me, it's just like I'm gonna be upset if I give myself to another person and they not up to par with what I need or what I like.
Oh, yeah.
Like with him, he knows my body. He knows exactly what to do, when to do it, you know. So I'm used to that. So if I can't get it like that, I don't want it. It's a waste of time for me.
I got 2 questions, actually. I don't know what's more important to ask first. But let's tap into the emotion of it. Like, do you ever, like, it sounds like you're secure and comfortable with the situation, which I think is good, but has there ever been a time where that wasn't the case?
course.
And how did you, like, navigate that?
It wasn't, so there's never been a time where I was insecure. A lot of times of being uncomfortable just because of how it all went down, how it started with the 2nd girlfriend when she came into play, because it wasn't ideally how I would have preferred it to go. He had already knew her and had already had relations with her before, you know, she became a girlfriend after me. So I was just like, I wanted it to be a thing that we did together. We chose her together. And I was bisexual, I guess, because I don't really care about, you know, being with other women anymore. But that was the thing for me. If another woman's going to be involved, I want parts.
Period.
Yeah.
Let us all win. Everybody got to eat.
So that was a huge thing for me. And it was just like, you kind of just did your own thing with picking her. I understand that y'all had what y'all had going on back in the A, but, you know, and that's where a lot of my uncomfortableness came from. But now we're in a great space. We all go out together. You know, I have my
With
time
this
with
girl.
him. Yeah. I have my time with him. She has her time with him. We do things together.
Do y'all live together?
No.
But y'all live together, but she doesn't live there.
Yes.
Okay. How does it work with the kid?
Well, if you met my kid, he is mama's son.
Okay. Okay.
He had a lot of questions. A very inquisitive kid. He's adjusting and adapting. He ain't really on board with it all the way, but he's a kid. That's not what he's used to. You know, that's not what he sees. So, you know, kids, they see things on TV, a mom, a dad, and kids. The other parties, they don't see that. That's not what they're used to.
Yeah.
So it's confusing, especially for a 7 and 6-year-old.
Yeah.
But they coming around.
Not they coming around. They kids.
Because
That's
it's like,
crazy.
this is going to be the life. You get them involved now.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be seeing the other women. And I don't want, my son, he always team mommy. He always going to have my back. Because the first time he seen that's his dad. The first time he seen him with her, he's like, oh, mommy, daddy cheating on you.
Right.
Like,
Wow.
so
Yeah.
And
we
so
had
were you
to-
like, I know. Ain't
it
no
was,
problem.
it was,
We good. We
No
good.
worries, baby. I know.
so when he found out, his question was, Mommy, you okay with that?
Period.
Like he was 6 at the time. My 6-year-old is like, you okay with that? So do you have another boyfriend? Why you don't have another boyfriend? He's asking me all these questions.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I would be asking all them questions too. Who this girl? What's going on? That's crazy. Dang, I did have another question, but you got anything, Lex?
I'm just taking it in. So
it's a lot.
Yeah, because
I'm taking it in every day. I'm living it.
I have a confession. It was a period of time when I was kind of open to
it?
possibly doing that.
Okay.
Which way? Sorry.
So it was, I want to say like right after I had Amina, like the period of my little hoe phase, 2016, and then when I had Amina, like after, so a period of maybe 2016 to maybe 2018. I feel like I was kind of open to possibly delving into that situation, but it would have definitely had to be the right person to get into it with.
But would you? Okay, maybe you about to explain it. So go ahead.
No, but again, I'm very loyal, like blindly loyal. That's how loyal I am. Like, so I just, again, I can't be in more than one place when it comes to my heart. And, like if we fucking, I could be all over the place. I can be in 6 different damn places, but
6 different dicks?
no. I'm just being dramatic.
I know.
but
I know. I'm trolling.
Wait. So you're saying
you need to leave.
Yeah, actually.
No, for real.
Yeah, that was crazy. Okay.
But I mean, I can't do it. I'm monogamy. I am monogamy all day. And like I've just always operated like that. I've never cheated. I hate cheaters. That's like one of the worst things you could do to me as my partner is cheat on me.
But that's not cheating though.
No, I get it, but to even imagine him with another woman. You know what I'm saying?
So, but
It's
then,
like,
okay, that's the question about cheating though. Yeah. Is the issue with cheating the fact that your person was with somebody else, or the fact that they lied and pretended that they weren't?
it's the fact that they even desired somebody else in that way, and they supposed to like want to be with me.
What?
No, I don't be desiring like, if he wasn't my man, I'm doing this, that. I don't even operate like that in my mind. I don't. Because for me, that breeds for growth in the wrong direction. That breeds for growth in the wrong direction. I'm not trying to like open up that door and one time it's okay for me to think about, lusting over another man, and then, it potentially become a thing, know. I just don't even go through that. I keep my eyes on the prize. I'm tunnel vision. Once I'm in a relationship, that's what it is. I don't care if we 8,000 miles away. I'm not going to cheat on you. Okay. Now we're going to have to work something out where I see you more than once a year, but
Cuz I see this is the discrepancy. What she's saying is not cheating.
I get that. I'm talking about
from
them
a monogamous standpoint.
Right.
You just want to be with that one person.
Right. Like I love to be desired.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the person that's putting on lingerie for my man. I'm the person doing all that extra cute and crazy shit. Like I really value doing things with that one person. I value having a person. I value that, and I like to cherish that and keep that close to me. I'm not saying like I'm a super jealous woman. I do, get jealous sometimes, and right. I gotta like catch myself and watch how I react, in my own feelings. But I just need my man to be all for me, like I'm all for him.
So what made you consider it?
Because
you said after Amina was born, it was something that you considered, or you thought about it.
Just because of, I guess, my situations with men, I felt like every man is going to cheat. I got to that point where I'm like, man, niggas just be dogging us out. Like, they all cheat. And not to mention, that's something my father always told me growing up, that every man is going to cheat.
I seen it in my house.
But I feel some type of way about
So
that
you
as
agree
an
with
adult.
this? Like every man cheats?
I would say I believe that a good 90%. There are a few.
It's majority for sure.
There are a few out here who enjoy just being with one woman. Mm-hmm. I've seen it before. I think for me, what kind of changed my mind about it was after my first real heartbreak, I just knew that I wasn't going to like dive back into being in a relationship. Mm-mm. And it started out as a fun thing for me.
Poly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was always like the unicorn. I was always the third person being brought in. And the more I did it, I'm just like, well, this is cool because I have the two closest people to me that I can be with all the time. You know, we can do this together. We can do that together. And then during my bisexual days, you know, it was lit.
Right.
So that's how it started for me.
So my question back to you, Lex, when you said you were considering it, you were considering the form where the man takes on multiple women, but the women are monogamous to him.
Yes, because I definitely wouldn't be joining in with any women because that's not what I do.
And it could,
You wouldn't do a
it
threesome?
could work that way.
Huh?
You wouldn't do a threesome?
Not with another woman.
Oh.
So
I mean, whatever you call it, a train or whatever.
No, a train is when it's multiple men.
But if it's
I wouldn't
more than
consider
one man.
two men a train. That's
what I'm saying.
That's just
two
a
men,
threesome to
right?
me.
Well, I don't know. We had that conversation last season about.
You just saying you don't want
the
touch no
classification.
vagina.
No, I'm not fucking with
You ain't
no
got
vagina.
to.
Unless it's professionally.
What that mean?
Waxing.
I was like, hold on, it's professional.
That's the
Paying me. That's different.
Hold up, no. See, that's what I wouldn't have said if you're paying me.
I was like, hey, what you want, real sex?
We got PP out here. Professional pussy.
But I've seen hundreds of vaginas. It just don't do nothing for me.
I don't think that's the we can go
no,
to a threesome
whatever.
another day. I don't think the
I'm
idea is like it does something for you. Obviously, some women are bisexual. I think the threesome is more just for the moment.
Yeah, but I think in that situation, I would have been like out of sight, out of mind. You know, like you do your thing, but I ain't necessarily got to be around for, you know.
You just would have been there for
the
the openness of it all. Like,
Yeah,
I know what you're doing.
Yeah, and then like detaching from feelings. But also, to this day, I obviously don't understand what all poly is. You know,
But how did you get there with, like you said post Amina, but you didn't have a man. So how did you get there?
I know. I just was open. I said I
To the
was
idea of it.
So you would have joined somebody else's thing.
potentially if
Okay,
it was the right.
Because I know people think about those things when they're in a relationship and the relationship is sticky.
No.
So y'all
Okay.
know people who people who be with their significant other, wife, husband, whatever, and they know that
They're cheating. Yes,
right.
that's why it made me think. Like, how did you get there if there was not?
And they're
a
not
thing?
completely okay with it, but
they
like
settle
they
for the
settle
thing.
for it. They deal with it. Like,
It'd be the benefits.
but is there like a through line? Like at that point, you might as well be poly or no. That's
So I feel I can't answer that because obviously I am. But I
She
feel
said, I took the high road, bitch.
I feel like women who do that, their men are taking care of home. Like they
Or
are the
not.
sole provider.
It depends on what you describe as taking
So
care.
when I say taking care of home, I'm saying like
Financially.
A lot of people that I know who stay with their men, even though they know they're cheating, is because they are supporting them. They are taking care of them. Like, and I've heard women say, as long as he's taking care of home, meaning like all my bills are paid, you know, he's dishing out money. It's people with money.
yeah.
They,
So
they
then that's
gonna
not
stay.
love.
And
That's
then
different.
it's not love. It's benefits. For the love of benefits, I guess.
Do you know anybody that actually stayed and was in love?
I think the love is there. We
Because-
can't discount that.
Yeah, I think they just kind of lose it in the midst of everything.
I wonder if it's anybody who went from like a cheating situation to a poly situation.
I think a lot of people.
I think I think my thoughts is that I think that if it's the man and he's not allowing the woman to do their thing, it's more of like he wasn't the man back in the day and now this is his way of like getting power. But those are my thoughts because of the situations that I know and the people that decide to do it.
I think that some men get into it because they like the idea of multiple women. Also, they know that they just aren't monogamous.
And I think more men
It was
need
an
to be honest
interview.
about that.
What was his name? Did y'all watch the show Harlem? Mm-hmm. Okay. The guy on Harlem.
Yeah, when he
I was like,
came
give us
the
some
last season.
backstory.
You never
Give
seen
us-
the last season?
I never seen Harlem.
Oh, I've been telling you to watch it. However, last season, sexy ass Kofi was on there.
Kofi, that's his name.
And he got into it with the light, I can't remember her name, but she's a light-skinned, light girl on there. She's a stylist. And they were like digging each other. He was in New York. He was a baseball player, so she was styling him. They was spending months and months and months in. And he invited her to do like this cover. It was about marriage. And was like, I want you to be in this cover with me. And you know, as women, this show is like Insecure, where they're literally taking you through the friendship and the life of them and their dating scenarios. So she's like, this has to be it.
Right.
She was calling it quits before, but now she's like, this is the thing. Like, I'm feeling it now. And they're laying in the bed, and the lady calls.
Yeah.
And
His
he
other-
like
his
gets
other woman.
up, and he like goes in the thing, gets on the phone, and he's like talking to her. And she's like laying there, and then I think that night she like woke up like, who the fuck? Basically like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, she got up and she went and she asked, and he was openly honest, and he was just like, yeah, this is so-and-so.
But where he
You know?
fucked up is he did not present that in the
her in
very
the beginning.
beginning.
Yeah.
Right. He could have just told her, like, I have multiple, because he told her, like, I am not monogamous. I really do love you. I like you a lot, but I don't see myself committing to just one person. I need my needs met in different ways, fashions.
But one thing about him was he did tell her that he wanted her to be his wife.
Yeah.
He didn't want nobody else to be his wife. He just
wanted her to be the
as he
main.
traveled.
So she was size.
No,
She wasn't.
She couldn't go through with it. You gotta, I'm challenging all y'all to watch Harlem. It's so good.
And we got to come back.
What is
Yes.
it on?
Come back
It's on
to Harlem.
Amazon Prime.
Okay.
and it was so
And there's
funny
no more
because as I'm
seasons
watching
coming.
that, I'm like,
Wait a minute.
oh my God, is this my life? Like on TV? Because as he was speaking about why he isn't monogamous, he sounded just like my boyfriend. It was just like, I feel like I'm replaying the conversation in my head of how it all went down. But yeah, I think that some men, they just know that they're not capable or they don't want to. And with that, I respect it. I respect the honesty. And as a woman, you either going to
Be there.
continue
or
to
not,
deal with
yeah.
her, or you're gonna go find somebody who's into what you're into.
So then what do you think about men who are like that, but then want their women to be
All into them.
all into them and are not open to the woman dating multiple partners?
Rage.
Yeah, because I'm like, if you have this understanding of yourself, like, hey, I'm not this monogamous being, I don't even believe in monogamy, then why is it that you want somebody to be loyal to you? That to me is giving some type of
Insecurity.
insecurity,
Power
maybe some
stricken.
mental health stuff. Maybe like it's a trauma and you're
Yeah.
acting out of trauma, because it's like, if you understand this idea, why does it change with the woman?
That I don't know. We would have to ask a man.
Um,
I could not
we can
answer
all give
that.
an assumption. You know, I'm in my executive leadership course. We can all give assumptions here, but we don't know where they're going to land.
Well, what do we think? Let's,
I mean, I
we
just
don't
told
gotta
you. I
wait.
think it's a power play. I think
Power,
it's
control.
yeah. I think it's more of a control thing, and because if you can't identify the things that you don't like about commitment, because I think that that's it too. We can all go around and be like, I don't like monogamy, I don't like commitment, I don't like these things. But if you can't really like think through the why, and you're okay with being free, but then this person has to be locked in chain, then that, to me, that's a power play.
It's selfish.
Yeah.
It's
I
selfish
think
as
it's
hell.
all of that. And then half the time these men don't know what they want, can't even I got a question.
I'm saying communicate.
How do men even do in a lot of these poly situations that you are familiar with? Like, are they good partners? Like,
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
like, can they even handle, the
Multiple
the
women.
poly? Do they
Prioritizing
do well?
time.
Really
and
being a good
keeping
man.
their women
That was one of my
happy?
questions,
Like,
girl.
is that even a thing? Because I know some ain't shit poly niggas out here.
So,
Y'all know that's some ancient Polynesians.
so
Sauce.
my first,
Oh, yeah, I'm
I guess,
sorry.
poly relationship. I guess all the guys that I have, they've been on their shit.
Period.
Like they are, it takes a lot of emotional intelligence because women, we are a lot.
Fair.
We are a lot.
Not me.
Oh, girl, bye.
Not me.
I own my lot.
I'm not. I'm very
And
mild.
it's just when you
I can
when
be
you
like
So
have
you
to
mild
deal-
sauce?
when you have to deal with multiple women
I'm spicy.
and you got to think about the different. Everybody's different. So you have one woman who's like super this or super that, and then you have one who's not super this and super that, whatever that may be. You have to cater to one more than the other. You know, one can be more needy than the other. So as a man,
Knowing
you
how
have to be able
balance
to
Yeah.
balance yourself in all of those relationships.
Yeah.
So it takes a lot of patience, for sure. Because one of your girls can be tripping off of something that the other one's not tripping off of.
Yeah.
So now you gotta move from over here and go over there to make that woman feel better or make her feel secure. It's a lot.
It sounds exhausting. It almost sounds
Actually,
like for what?
it's a job.
It sounds stressful. It sounds more stressful than like.
And that nigga got to pay the bills.
Oh, because I ain't doing this and you ain't paying my bills now. We got to pick a side. I can't be the breadwinner and you got multiple bitches. It's not happening. No.
Wait, would you be open to it?
Oh, no, I'm not open to poly life. I never actually gave my stance on it, but no. I think I am like Lex when it comes to like monogamy. I am full in, but I also don't do the single, like multiple people either. Like that's just me. I am a relationship girl, and it's like either I'm in one or I'm not.
Yep.
Like it's not. I can't be
That was
dip
me.
my toe in the water.
And I was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I was crazy. I ended up in jail.
You want to
your
tell the
heart.
listeners? Don't tell the listeners. But
What them people do?
really.
You know. So
She's crazy.
yeah. I mean, I've had don't get me wrong, I've definitely have had my moments where that old me then came up, in this relationship.
In this situation?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
yeah.
How did y'all navigate that?
What? Let me just say.
This is funny.
How do we navigate that? It's a good question. Well, I am a firecracker. Mm-hmm. He's always been the calm for me.
Mm-hmm. What's his name?
He's a Cancer,
And you're
a Leo.
You're a Leo. Gotcha.
He balances me out. Mm-hmm. Like I can be so upset about something, and just he can literally just talk to me, say a few things, and I'm calm.
Wow.
So sometimes he has to give me space so I can cool down. But he knows that.
Yeah.
He knows when I need space, and
But
he
y'all
knows
just
when I need
have
him.
known each other for so long.
Yeah. We have a solid friendship.
Yeah.
See, that's what I love, and I feel like I need that beforehand, like, or not necessarily beforehand because we talked about that too, season one. But I need a solid friendship in the situation.
And I feel like a lot of relationships fail today because the friendship aspect of it isn't there anymore. Like people they're not friends anymore.
Yeah, because I think about it like this, like a long car ride, right? Mm-hmm. What do you talk about on a long car ride? You talk
When you
about,
gonna suck this dick, girl? If you ain't got no friendship, what else you talking about?
But exactly,
If the
you know what
long
I'm
car
saying?
ride is 45 minutes, it's
You
good.
sucking dick in there.
If you think about it, when we're with our friends, we're ourselves. We're our most relaxed selves. We're most comfortable.
Yeah.
Versus when you're with somebody that you're just,
trying to put on airs.
That you don't consider a friend.
Yeah.
Anybody that you don't consider a friend.
You're holding back who you truly are.
Yeah.
Unintentionally and intentionally. Like, it's just how it goes. So, like, we can literally talk about any and everything. We can be out, and I'll be like, I'm not one of those girls, if we out and he look at some girl, what you looking at her for? I probably looked first, and I hit him like,
I definitely will tell somebody that somebody's pretty. Damn, look at that ass. What's happening? Now, if you try to talk to them, that's a whole other story, but we talk about looking.
And then if we're out, and sometimes we'll flirt with women together.
But that's fun. I'd imagine in your situation, like that is
fun.
yeah.
Get drunk. I'm like, babe, I bet I could get her before you. Like, we play games.
Yeah.
We like to have fun.
That's cute.
So
That's cute. That's cute.
Aww.
Should more people be open to poly, you think?
I think, I guess. I mean, it's not for everybody. It's definitely not for everybody. You definitely have to be open-minded. You have to remain open at all times. And it's something that I'm learning along the way, because my relationship is definitely not perfect. We definitely had some downs, and we've definitely had some ups.
As in all of them.
And we're still learning as we go, So there's still things that I'm working through with getting comfortable with. There's still things that he's working through with getting comfortable with. There's things that the other young lady is working through with getting comfortable with. So
The ever joint.
we're growing in a space together. So I feel like that's important.
How long has he been doing this?
Probably all his life.
Because he a man. All right, sorry. My men think I bashed them anyway. I do apologize. Y'all my niggas.
But I know that he's been trying to find like his tribe for a while. So
that's
What you mean been trying to find? You talking about
More
like
poly
his friends? Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
like women that would be on board with what he wants.
What about, does he have male friends who are like poly and they all have poly
No,
conversations?
not that I know of. All the friends and family members I know are like, nigga, how?
yeah. I mean, but it's some niggas that's probably hiding and being like, "Damn, I wish I could."
Yeah, true.
So yeah.
Do y'all think serial cheaters are like closeted poly men or women?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't, and mainly because I do feel like that would just be a crutch and a cop out for them. Like, it would be the easier route to take. Like, oh, I should just be poly. No, nigga, you just a cheater.
And you have a problem.
Like,
you have a problem.
You
by
want
being
this
a cheater.
monogamy thing, but you also want to do your thing, and it's like I feel like
want to be in a relationship.
Yeah, the relationship. I think the
You
relationship.
said they don't want to be
aspect-
in a relationship.
That's
Serial
what I
cheaters.
feel like. If you have what you say you want, which is to
Right.
be
If
polygamous,
you communicate that,
and then you still there's still a necessity for you to be out with other women. You want to be single. You like the idea of having a home, a stable person to come home to, and that's okay. But say that. Don't make it seem like the poly is all you want when you really
Right.
just want to be out here
doing your
at your
thing,
free will.
the chase.
So that's my take on that.
Now, I mean, I personally think the same thing. I think if you're poly, then say you're poly, then you wouldn't be cheating. That's just me, right? I don't
So
think
if
we
you're
just get to
poly,
put them in a
say
box.
you're poly.
And then you're not committing to one person and being in a monogamous relationship. It's a cop out.
Yeah, because it's a matter of perspective. Like, and then you never know what people gonna be with. You know,
Yeah.
when you meet somebody,
Yeah,
you
just
never
be
just be
honest.
real. Be real.
See, I feel like I think I might disagree. I might feel like I'm not going to speak for all because that's too much, but some serial cheaters may be like closeted poly, just like,
You mean they can't communicate what they actually want? So
or
that's the
don't
closet
realize
part?
that is okay too. So like there are people who are, I imagine, technically maybe bisexual, but they live as down low men.
Yeah, no, that's
So it's like you feel for whatever reason you won't be accepted as this bisexual man, so you pretend to be straight while also dibbling and dabbling.
But
so maybe you are cheating and you do want relationships. Maybe even in your like serial cheatedness, all the people that you cheating with, you also treat them with that same level of like relationship.
I don't think niggas do that. That's part one.
I think some of them do.
Part two is I don't think we can relate a chemical balance of like what you're sexually attracted to a choice that you're making to be with multiple people.
So do you feel like poly is simply just a choice, or is poly also part of like who you are?
I think it's it could be. I think it's more a choice, and then it can become who you are. But bisexuality
for real.
is an attraction. Those are two different things. You're not attracted to being poly. You're attracted to a man, and you can't stop being attracted to a man just because you're also attracted to a female.
Yeah, I think that's. What
I just
makes
don't
the
think
difference.
those two are the
saying,
relatable
like, poly
examples.
Men could be monogamous.
Yeah,
It's
they're
it's a
choosing
choice.
to date multiple women because they probably have failed
But I thought
being monogamous.
it was an acknowledge. It failed because you're acknowledging that that's not who you are.
Right, and they've acknowledged it. So in order for this person that is a serial cheater, they then have to acknowledge that and communicate.
Yeah, that's why
that.
I say a closeted poly person.
But
Somebody
that's if
who
they
can't
want to
acknowledge-
choose.
I think
somebody
it's a
who
difference
cannot
in
acknowledge like
discipline.
hey,
But that's what I was saying. Is
I
it because
think
they
it's a
can't
difference in
communicate that
discipline.
versus like the attraction of being
the
bisexual?
person in the poly relationship is more loyal than a fucking serial cheater. A serial cheater don't understand loyalty at all.
At all.
They're not there
concept
yet.
of
They don't
loyalty.
care. They get the hype of the thrill of cheating. It's just like rapists.
Oh
Wow.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
no,
while
but it
being
is a thing.
deceived.
That is
Because
something.
you know,
it's
like
a thrill.
It's a thrill for them.
It's a
Like
thrill.
And
they're
deception.
choosing to rape people because there are people who are out here raping people who have the capability of getting sex whenever they want. But it's a thrill for them to actually go for a woman to say no or fight them for it.
I think all can be true. I think what you're saying could be true. I just don't think you can relate that to a man being closeted bisexual is where I'm going with this. I think those are two different dynamics and choices that people are choosing to make. If I am sexually attracted to women, but I have been taught all my life to date men, I am not choosing, like this is just how I was raised and brought up. Whereas like you can't say the person that is in this monogamous relationship was technically doing this thing and now they're cheating. Like if they're forcing themselves to be monogamous, but they choose to be poly, but there's no cheating factor, then that can be relatable. But they're still cheating.
I think I'm thinking more of you constantly have multiple partners, but society and maybe how you were raised tells you you're supposed to be monogamous, but you know that's not who you are. So you pretend and then you serial cheat. Like you still have multiple partners.
Then why not
but you
just say
pretend
you want to be poly?
in the same way that, and I wasn't saying they're like,
They haven't
are
accepted
same.
it.
Exactly. But I do think if you are like, potentially, if you are a closeted DL man, you have not accepted that you may be bisexual or gay. You have not accepted that about yourself. And I'm saying that is the through line. Like you can be, like there could be a serial
So you're
cheater.
like, it's a stigma on poly, so these men that are cheating don't want to accept that they're... Actually,
Because you
I don't
even
think
said
that-
that.
I don't
No,
think
I'm like, I don't
But
know.
I don't
you
think they
even
could
said-
be because I feel like the thing with cheating is their goal, like, so the difference is with poly, the goal is to have a union.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm
all
saying.
come together.
It's still a relationship is where I was going with
people
that.
who
Yeah.
cheat, that isn't their goal.
Yeah,
they
they're
just
just
want
trying to
multiple
fuck
women.
everybody.
They're liars.
But
Take
there's-
the lie out.
But
They're
we
just
also
trying to fuck
said there's
everybody.
like,
yeah, but they're
not
gonna lie
that-
about it.
I don't
they
think
being
that-
a serial cheater, deceptive.
So what is a
Deception
serial
a part
cheater?
of
Then
that.
we have to define what a serial cheater
Fair
is to
enough.
make sure we're on the same page.
Okay, because I do think obviously there's people who cheat, and when they cheat, the people who they cheat with, it's only sex. I'm not talking about those type of people.
That's a serial cheater, in my opinion.
So, but there's also people who cheat and form relationships with the people that they're cheating with.
But their partner that they're with knows nothing about that.
Exactly, fair. But that's why I
But
call
that's what she's saying. The poly person wants everybody to know that.
But I'm saying that's where you get into a closeted space, because I do think there is a space where people who cheat and form these relationships wish that everybody in that situation would be cool with it.
And what's
but they
stopping
feel
them?
like they couldn't.
Why?
They probably feel like they couldn't because honestly, because people in the same way that those people are probably lying to themselves, the people that are in that relationship, so the wife or the girlfriend and the cheatee, are also probably doing a little bit of lying to themselves as well.
I think it's just a personal choice. Some people enjoy just not having people know what they're doing.
I was gonna say, I think it's the sneaky aspect of it.
Some people like that.
When we think serial cheaters, I think these are people that think they can get away with all the things and they're going to keep doing the thing. There are cheaters where I think you know. I don't think you know.
They have interest
I just think you know.
The dynamic of a poly relationship. They just like to cheat. They just like to be able to have multiple women.
Yeah, and I do think it's people who like they are genuinely in multiple relationships and
Because
want
they
those
want to be poly.
Yeah,
because and they
I
want
can
those
see that.
multiple relationships and don't know how to say, I want all of y'all.
Therapy.
So they absolutely,
Therapy.
and that's why I call it closeted poly.
Yeah,
Therapy is
I think
definitely.
But also, we
necessary.
can't necessarily throw them in a poly box because they could also be a person that wants to have an open relationship, and we've also learned that is very different than a
different
poly
things, yeah.
relationship.
And I don't think them type of people be wanting an open relationship because they will be married. Like I feel like if you are
But that's
at the point,
open. That could be open
that's
for
what
them.
The open
could
part
be.
is. It's
Yeah,
just-
open is just like you want to form this relationship outside of your thing. It doesn't necessarily mean that you don't want
your
this
partner.
thing, right?
You just want to have a little fun outside.
Yeah. Then there's cheaters where it's not a thing. But I know people that deal with open, like people that are married and they classify that as an open relationship, not poly. So I'm just saying we can't put them in a bucket just because they cheat. They just probably want to do their thing.
well, no, and I'm not saying all people who cheat or have multiple relationships outside of their main relationship are closeted poly, but I think it could be a thing.
Yeah, I think more people need to understand the differences, right? And I think even we, like Lex said, like to this day, like learn that there are multiple or various relationships as it relates to being poly. But I don't want to excuse the open. But I guess this like goes back to when we had the situation episode where it's like, or situationships, dating versus situationships versus talking, like all of those things still equal one thing, but we all give them a different title.
Yeah.
And
But-
at the end of the day, as long as your ass is communicating with
Right,
that other person
right.
and y'all know what it is,
I think that's what we
all
would
that
boil you
matters.
down to, right? So, yeah, it's like open could be poly to somebody, poly could be open to somebody. It really does just really like,
It's very fluid.
yeah. But I am going to say this. If you're a serial cheater and you know you don't want one person, then get out of the relationship. I'm not giving your ass no pass.
Yeah, I think what we're learning is like, hey, it's poly people out here. So if you want to
It's
be in a
people that
certain
want-
situation, yeah,
It's people that want what you want. Just,
yeah.
But it's still the
got to find
stigma.
So don't set. Oh, but then
the settling
Then
factor.
the settling factor.
Because as a woman, you start to just do things to do it.
and as maybe
Or a man, if you got
or
a good-
man.
a girl that's
like,
like-
everybody be settling because now you got to find the person that you want, but the person that you want that's also down with the shenanigans.
everything else.
I think that's the space I was in more.
But that's what made me
of
ask you,
settling.
like, how did you get to
Right.
that place when you
Because
didn't
I
have
felt
a
like
committed
niggas wasn't
partner?
gonna be
Okay.
niggas wasn't gonna be faithful. I'm like, where?
'Cause-
You know, just where are the faithful niggas at? Where are they?
That's true. Because it does go back to, like, Riah's point where it's like, if you are in a situation, something happens, and then you're presented with this thing, and now you're like, oh, okay, I guess I could probably do that. Now you're adjusting
Kind
to
of what
it.
happened to me.
But that's how some situations do
So
happen,
you feel
right?
like you started with a settle and it was like, actually, I like this.
No.
She
so
started with you wanted a relationship.
I was super monogamous to the point where if you look at my man too long,
Yeah.
I might want to fight you. Like crazy. After that relationship, first of all, it took me way too long to get over that nigga. So I was just like, yeah, not doing this again. So in the midst of that, I was introduced to the poly thing.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, well, this is cool because I ain't got to worry about him in my face all the time. I don't have to, just be up under him all the time.
Yeah.
I also have, a girl who I actually like, and we could do our thing, and then we could do things together. And then it was fun. It started out fun. And then I got into it a second time, and I was just like, okay, do I have a sign on my forehead to say I like this
Chick-fil-A.
I'm in here. I'm with the shit.
She had that
Didn't I
poly
say that before? Do I got a sign on my forehead?
So maybe you got the poly sauce too. Poly sauce.
No.
I got that poly sauce.
I kept getting invited in, and I was just like, okay, well, maybe if I try to do my own thing, I want to see how it works. So this is my first time, being the first girlfriend, and expanding from there. And it's been a journey.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't want monogamy, does he want marriage within your poly relationship? Since we just gave the example from Harlem.
We definitely talked about marriage, and it was funny because we had this conversation a while back, and and I had asked him, I was like, at the beginning of our relationship, we definitely talked about marriage. We planned a whole wedding.
Damn.
And then I think I had got irritated about something. And then I was like, so do you even is that still the go? And he was like, of course that's still the go. But now there's just going to be more than one wife.
Not the goalpost just moved.
The goalpost was like, sure moved.
Yeah. And I was just like, okay.
He got money.
All right.
Actually.
So then my mind started going, well, how is it going to work? Because I'm not sharing my wedding day with anybody. This is where boundaries come in. I'm cool with, multiple wives. Because
does that legally work?
No, absolutely not. It'll just be a ceremony.
Yeah, I didn't think we had that.
So would he do a legal thing with like you, and then the rest be ceremonial?
Oh, that's the way it's going to have to go.
Period.
I know that's right.
Yeah, it was. I forget what the show I was watching that was about. Oh, Seeking Sister Wife. That was my show.
Yeah, you gotta watch Seeking Brother Husband.
Oh my god. I was watching Seeking Sister Wife. I forgot about that. It was a good one.
But then the older that I get, because I am the oldest out of the others.
Calling your siblings the others is wild. The others. My mother, other kids, them.
My mother, other kid, yeah, his ass.
The older that I get, I'm just becoming at peace with being at peace.
Are you happy?
I am.
I think that's what matters. I think even in regular relationships, and I don't mean to say regular like poly's like this alien one, but monogamous relationships, your boundaries are your boundaries, and you have to do what works for you. And as long as you are happy, that's what matters.
Yeah, I've had to, brush up on my boundaries. I'm actually reading this book called Goodbyes and Good Boundaries. Get
Plug.
the book.
Hashtag plug.
Get the book. It's amazing.
Okay.
It's amazing. And it's funny because when I had got the book, me and him had got into like an argument. So he seen the book on my nightstand, and he's like, you need a book to break up with me?
Goodbye and good boundaries. That's what I would have said.
I'm like, no, I'm just, finding. I need to get back to boundaries, because I feel like a lot of people feel as though boundaries are to control a situation, and it's not. It's to be helpful. Boundaries are helpful, and it's to help you be at peace.
Boundaries has a negative.
Because you have to, boundaries are necessary. Where there are no boundaries, it's only room for chaos.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like every therapist I ever been to been like, honey, you don't have no boundaries.
Yeah, and I'm
like,
big
why
on
are
mine.
you saying that?
I am big.
I still haven't figured out why they keep saying that.
I don't know why you haven't figured that out.
Gotta look within.
Hello.
I be looking.
You ain't looking. You better rip it down,
Like,
sister.
how'd you get there?
But to be fair, I think everything was valid that we talked about. But I feel like it's
Gotta hit a butt.
certain people that can just bring things out of you.
Oh,
Yeah, you do what you want to do for people.
Right.
That is
for sure.
Your last
so they bring the poly out of
that
you.
monogamous relationship, like that guy he knew your triggers and he just brought the worst out of you. And sometimes we end up with people that bring the worst out of us.
It wasn't, I wouldn't say that he brought the worst out of me. It was, I was just so in love with that man. Like,
Unhealthily.
Yeah.
Like an obsession.
it was nothing. It was really,
Aren't we all?
No, well,
And it's funny because
I've grown past.
she was there through the whole
level of
thing.
obsession.
From beginning to end, she was by my side.
Yeah.
So it was nothing. He didn't do anything to
Haven't
me.
we all? Won't we all?
He didn't do anything
I
to
be
me.
in
He
it.
was really.
To win it.
I was just
And
so
Every time.
into him.
Got you.
Like it was sick how into him I was.
Ooh.
You be obsessing.
Yeah, but
You are to this day.
I was about
relax.
To this day, Lex.
Relax.
And who?
I told you,
But this
I'm
is why you're
for-
trying something different because you think that this is going to help your obsession.
no. Who's that? No, the hell.
You gotta have.
I mean, like the feeling.
not an episode for
I'm just-
obsession.
That just
That's a
made
good
me
one,
think
actually.
about
Really is.
because I was holding that point until the mic
rap.
was open or whatever. When you was talking about how that guy it was just completely different, and then you in this new situation and you're more open to things, whereas somebody that knew you as that old Quetta with him would just be like that ain't Quetta. The Quetta I know.
Everybody
You know what I'm saying? But it's
everybody's definitely like.
Well, for me, I'm
really
like,
cool
that's
with
my
this?
girl.
But
You
when
really
you-
doing
because
this?
you were super jealous at the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like even my boyfriend now, he'd be like, I never thought that you would be.
But I could see this being a cure to jealousy. It's literally turning it on its head.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It's
like,
giving you. It's putting it in your
it's like
face.
you're being honest with everything that I'm afraid of.
Yep. That's why I
know,
said
know.
that. Yeah.
But that's why I say closeted.
Trauma therapy.
And there's that, but also like a closeted poly. Like the issue, or what we were talking about earlier, like is the issue of cheating being with somebody else, or is it that you lied? You're
I
lying.
think-
You're pretending. You're.
I
faking.
think. Yeah. That's where I didn't get the chime.
And
in
maybe
on
for
that.
you, it's like it's not the actual being with somebody else. It's you lied about it, and for you, it's like both.
I don't want
don't
you to
lie
be with
about it.
nobody else.
that's
If you
go
gonna
crazy.
fuck
Don't
with
lie
me,
about
then fuck with me like I fuck with you. I need reciprocation. That's what I look for. I mean,
Sounds good.
it ain't gotta be. Obviously, it's not gonna look the same,
was about
but
to say
roundabout. Like, damn, if I'm all for you, be all for me.
Yeah.
But they are all for you.
They
They
are
just
all
want
for
some
you.
vagina on the side.
Just a little vagina.
No,
I mean,
no. If
we.
I'm not getting dick on the side, then I don't expect you to.
Well,
get
why
it.
can't you?
Wait, yeah, why?
But I'm
wait.
not okay with that, and that's
Why
not something we
not?
discussed.
Okay, but what if y'all do?
Yeah.
I'm not okay with that.
Why?
Okay, but we got to table this for the infidelity episode
No, I'm not.
because
no.
it is
we might have to
coming.
add some episodes because I've had
Obsession was
the
good.
wheels are
Fucking
turning.
The
Obsession.
Bacterial vaginosis, STD.
That come with you getting your 2 dick trained.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, calm down, calm down.
And not only
We use
that,
condoms,
yeah,
though.
yeah.
And
I feel like I've always, and I'm learning this about myself, I always want to be in a space where I'm comfortable. And comfort is like not where you can thrive,
if you don't have it, you're saying.
No, I'm just saying like you
Oh,
can't
you saying
ever
get
get
out your comfort
comfortable in
zone.
any
Gotcha.
situation. Like you find a person and you want to be vulnerable with them, and you just like me sometimes, or my history has been like me just letting go. Letting go. Like they know everything and
Yeah,
just
girl, I be
everything, all
telling
this,
you.
this,
Stop
all this
that.
of this, all this of that, and it's just everything about them. And you get comfortable with that. You feel it's like a burden, like lifted up off of you. You know what I'm saying? And you're comfortable in that space, but you always gotta have you. You always gotta know who you are.
You got to
always
keep
gotta
true to
you.
yourself. It's
Exactly.
important. But even in a poly relationship, you would say that's important.
Very important.
It's important in relationships, period. Friendships, family
Especially
ships,
in these.
cousinships, cruise ships.
You got to stay true.
Bitch,
You got to
you
stay
ain't never been on a fucking
I have not.
You gotta stay
But I'd
true to
imagine it's
yourself
important.
and who you are, and regardless of what he's. So for me, I know in the beginning, what kept my sanity was out of sight, out of mind, and I told him this because he was like, "Do you just think that the other women, or at the time it was just one other girl, do you just think that she don't exist?" I said, "Yeah."
So you had lied to yourself a little bit.
No, I didn't
Got
lie.
you.
It was just when you're not here, I'm not worried about it.
Because he's
Like
already giving you the...
I didn't need to know what you. I knew where you were, but once you leave this house and you're with your other girlfriend, then you're with your other girlfriend.
like dealing with a
It's
drug
not
dealer.
It's not my business. You know what I'm saying? I had that kind of mindset in the beginning.
And it worked.
It worked for me. It helped me get to the point where
Now
now
you can
I
hang
can,
out.
yeah. Now I'm more open, or I may be a little more curious. Oh, which I got
Eased it
today.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like
for me,
a-
it was just like a out of sight, out of mind thing. And I told him, dang. He looked at me like,
Your words, not mine.
what? But that's how everybody deals with it different. That's how it worked for me. And even still, like, I don't ask him questions about like their sex.
See, that's why I
life
can't do it. I ask too many
or
questions.
anything like that, because I don't care.
I care.
I feel like
When
I
you're
wouldn't
with me,
either.
as long as when you're with me,
I don't know. I feel like
I'm getting
between
all
y'all.
that I need.
You
from
and a poly.
No, that's why I said I'm
Wait, so I'm
between
not
y'all.
sure if you
Like y'all
answered
are very like
before.
no, and she's
But
very like yeah.
Y'all
I'm like,
didn't. No, all three of y'all have
No.
not yet.
No threesome.
I mean,
Not happening.
I
Nah,
think that's because you have a long
gotcha.
distance situation.
It's
If it's right in
not.
your face,
it's not because I have a long distance, because I'm not necessarily thinking about my man in this situation. I'm thinking more so like in terms of I've been in situations where I have been like, okay, if somebody cheated, that's not the worst thing in the world. It's just not the worst thing in the world.
I don't agree with that. I think
You
there's
don't agree
worse
that
things
there is.
than cheating.
Oh, okay. No,
Yes.
So wait, you agree that that's
Yeah.
not the worst, right? So in my brain, not that cheating and being in poly is the exact same thing, because that's not fair. But there's some through lines there. So if I'm somebody who is like, oh, okay, it's not the worst thing in the world, I'm not gonna say I wouldn't forgive that. Like there is a through line to being like, okay, I need this. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not where you are in terms of like poly me up. But I'm not like that. No. Like it's just kind of like, okay, I mean, nah, never say never.
I mean,
I just
I'm not
feel
a
like-
never say never. but
I
go
just
ahead.
feel like my time with him is
I'm
my
potty.
time with him is my time with him. Her time with him is her time with him.
Mm-hmm.
And our time together is our time together.
Yeah.
Because we are different individuals. So our individual relationships with him are always going to be different. It will never be the same because we need different things.
Mm-hmm.
We want different things. We like different things. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm with him, I'm not focused on what the hell he was doing with her 2 days ago.
that's
I could care
some
less.
mental discipline.
I don't give.
But I feel like
1,000 fucks. I
I
don't
feel like
care.
single people be doing that. Situationships be
Yeah,
doing that.
it's mental-
There's
it's still
several
mental, though.
Spaces where we as women and
Yeah, we
men,
disregard the
we
things that are
all
happening.
do the
Yeah.
things that people do in poly relationships, and then we'll turn around and be like, poly. It'd be like, baby, let's be clear. We all been a little bit of poly. Like,
I think poly is fine. I think the stigma is the stigma, but I don't have a thing against it. I think where people find the issues in relationships is like you have already set a boundary and you have agreed to it. That's like if I start a job and then I do some things to fuck up my job.
But that's why I say the issue with cheating, when we talk about cheating and the issue, if you are saying the issue is lying or overstepping a boundary, that's one thing.
That is, in my opinion, that is cheating.
Right, exactly. And then there is the other part of being with somebody else. And if we're being real, we've all been in situations where we've been with somebody that be being with somebody else. Like literally, if you've ever been in a situationship, if you ever been dating, if you've ever had a hoe phase, any of these things, you've been with a man that has been with other women. So stop acting
Hell
like,
yeah.
Yeah, so don't act like the issue with imagining yourself as poly is, oh, he's been with other women. Like, cut it. That's just not a real thing.
I
Not
mean,
to me.
it's still cheating.
It is a real thing. it's very real.
It's still
Because you can mentally like decide to that somebody holds a certain place in your life.
Yeah, I think it's
or
where
your
you
heart and-
Yeah.
place a person, what the boundary is, which I've communicated.
I mean, because I could say, oh, we fucking. Let's
Yeah.
fuck.
And then I fuck multiple
It's
people.
up and it's stuck. Fuck you mean? Like, all of that. But, like, if you're my man, we're operating very differently.
Until you're not. Which I think that's where we've gotten to in this episode is like you could operate there. If y'all decide to operate here, then y'all operating there.
Yeah, communication.
Communication.
And I think that's a good way to wrap this shit up.
Communicate with the people you say you like.
Love shit. I would hope love at this.
Well, yeah, love, but you don't have to love them to communicate with them.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I think I am a communication girl. I think you just need to communicate up front about all the things.
If anything changes,
Exactly.
you
And I don't think
do it
enough
this
people
way no more. Let's talk about it.
I don't
Maybe
think
we
enough people do
We
that.
can compromise.
I don't think enough people tell you what they want, what they don't want up front, and that's part of the problem too.
Because they don't want
Big problem.
They don't know.
They don't want to, but people don't want to lose people.
Yeah. Oh, and to your example, I meant to go back there. Actually, like the whole closeted piece is probably around like they form this relationship with the person that they're with, and the risk is not worth the reward.
Amen.
Like I leave you, I don't have you no more. You might not be with this.
Yeah.
But a part of like not communicating is you don't know what a person is open to. You haven't given me the opportunity to tell you if I'm with it.
Yeah. And
You're
I
just
was
so
about to-
scared of
I was about
losing
to
me.
open up a can of worms, but I won't.
Okay. We got another episode for that. I'm excited.
Another one.
Another one.
Okay. Well, this has been great. Jam Jar did his thing. Shout out to you. It's a good one, though.
Why
It's a
y'all
good
talking
one.
shit?
Still waiting.
I
like
never
95
talk trash on
hours.
Jam Jar. She stays in the bazaar.
What? Because I
Was that
said
a rap?
Shiraz.
Yeah,
That's Shiraz.
You just
It
got
was the
one?
cheeseburger shit
You
that.
just got the one.
Well, I'm glad you did, because Lord knows. what
I just
would've
realized
walked
you
in
pointed
with.
at me. I didn't say nothing about
Nobody
Jam
said
Jar. I didn't say
nothing.
that about Shiraz.
All right.
Shiraz. I ain't saying
It is
nothing.
Shiraz. Shiraz is crazy.
Shabazz.
But now I want a cheeseburger.
It's that
Red wine goes good with red meat.
Per black nigga. Okay. That's mine.
Until next time.
Yes. Thank
Hey,
you.
but don't forget to follow us. The Art of Girl Talk. It's an underscore. The Art of Girl Talk, right?
Yeah, the art of girl
underscore.
talk underscore.
The art of.
No, the art of girl talk underscore.
Y'all know we've been drinking wine.
But no, for real, follow.
Yes.
Like, subscribe.
And I'm
Share,
Alexis
share.
Yvonne at Alexis underscore nonstop. Quetta, you want
Oh
to give
yeah,
your info?
give them your info.
Camille, she is fabulous. SHEE.
Yes,
Fabulous
she is.
with 2 S's at the end.
And she do hair. Don't let her trick y'all.
You do hair?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I do a little bit of everything. Hell
yeah. Oh, I don't
Clearly.
even know my Insta. TYE. It's TYE underscore LER.E. Follow me eventually.
I'm about to say, you back?
No, not yet. But follow
She
Out of
will
Girl
be.
Talk. Follow Out of Girl Talk, baby.
By the time y'all hear this, I'll be back. Reelerin. RIAHLAHREN.
Yeah, and we about to creep into tourist season. So shout out to the girls.
Hey.
Y'all
One
know
month.
I'm about to cut up.
Yeah, we about to leave Aries season. Love y'all, but ... Oh, it's on to the tourist.
Hold on, what?
I was saying we love Aries, but ...
Yeah, absolutely. Tourist season.
All right.
Bulldog.
Mm-hmm.